So I'm obsessed with not doing the things that I know I shouldn't be doing and doing the things that I should be doing. But why is it that the things that I don't want to do, I am naturally pulled towards, and then the things that I know I should be doing, I don't want to do? It doesn't make any sense, does it? So I'll list the things that I think that make you weak. These are things that I try my hardest not to do, sometimes completely eliminate, and want you to question yourself out of these five things, sort of four things, five things. What do you do the most? And what of these cause a problem within your life? First one being drugs, that is including tobacco and alcohol, and we could even say paracetamol and things like that. No, we'll talk about alcohol, drugs, alcohol, cigarettes, weed, ketamine, heroin, any drugs. Sex, including porn and masturbating, junk food, TV, and video games. Those two are sort of the same thing. We'll say four. So drugs, sex, junk food, and TV. Which out of those? First of all, some people will say, "What is this list? Like, how do these things make you weak?" The main thing with all of these is one. First of all, they are all addictive. And number two, why I'd say they make you weak is it is the overconsumption of these things that make you weak. But why do we know these things are bad in overconsumption, but why is it that we still carry on doing them? And I know the reason why it is that short-term reward. And it is an insane short-term reward of all of them. We'll talk about all of them. Drugs, especially. The one that makes no sense, though, is tobacco. It's like, you do get a short-term reward, I guess. I guess before you're addicted, you get a massive head rush from it. So it is actual different effects. Apparently, it is a nootropic, as in it's a brain enhancer. Excuse me if I sound a bit nasal as well. I've been ill for the past week, but slowly feeling better. I'm really wanting to record a video. Cigarettes. And then when you're addicted to them, it just cures that craving. But it's the worst one out of them all. It's the worst one out of them all by far. It was the hardest one for me to give up out of all drugs. But it's the most pointless one. I just feel if you get to 25 years old, if you get past 25 years old and you still think that smoking cigarettes is a good idea, like, it makes no sense to me, like, at all. It took me a very, very, very long time to stop smoking cigarettes. But just, it's so pointless. It's so pointless. Yeah, I could talk about that for a while, but we'll go on to the other ones. Drugs, weed, instant effects, short-term rewards, and weed can be used well. It can be used well. This is something that I did not get told. You can use it creatively. It changes your perception. It opens up different pathways within your brain. It makes you laugh more. It makes sex better. It makes food better. Two of the other ones which tie in between as well. And video games. Actually, yes. Weed makes sex, food, and video games all so much more fun. That's why it's even worse as well. I've never thought of that. That's interesting. Stimulants like cocaine being the worst drug in the world, just more because of how addictive it is and how expensive it is. I reckon Coke, out of any drug, I could predict Coke has ruined more lives than anything. The lengths that you will go to get it, and you don't care about money, you don't care about anything. You can stay up for weeks, days. I'm sure people have stayed up for weeks on Coke. But I like my sleep too much, and my issue was ketamine. I liked hallucinogenics. And yeah, I don't know why I was doing it for so long, but drugs give you that short-term reward. We'll move on to sex. Again, all of these, if not overconsumed, they're alright. But the issue is the overconsumption, because the rewards of them are so powerful and so, for lack of a better word, positive, that you want them all the time. It's dopamine. All of these dopamine is the feel-good chemical in your body, and the more you do it, the more you want it. I'm going to do a whole video, and I cannot wait to do it, a whole video on NoFap, PMO, porn, masturbation, and orgasm. I'm currently on, I think it's day 84, day 85 of NoFap, and oh my word, it has been an incredible journey. I've done NoFap before, but this time it's different. This time, at just this stage that I'm in of my life at the minute, something's different. And I think it just comes with experience. I've read a lot about self-development, a lot, and it seems like people don't really start discovering themselves until they sort of reach their 30s, and that actually makes a lot of sense to me now, because I've had a lot of trials and errors of certain things. I've done certain things in the past, but I'm much more focused now. I know what needs to be done. And sex is great. Don't get me wrong. It can make your life better. But my thing is that if you just do it all the time, and let's talk about them separately. Sex. I just feel that sex is not going to get me to where I want to be at the minute, which is to build a fulfilling career that will help people but will enable me to live a life of freedom. Sex requires a lot of work, as in you've got to be nice to your partner in order to get it. You've got to put in the time and effort to, if a fit girl, if an attractive girl, you've got to put in the time and effort to make them want to as well. It just requires a lot of time and effort. And then when you get it, I definitely believe, I think, the interesting thing with girls and guys having sex, most guys, this is very stereotypical, most guys will have sex with anyone to a certain extent, and most girls are very much more picky with who they have sex with to a certain extent. But I've definitely realised that girls do want sex more than guys. Guys will have sex with anyone, but girls want sex more than guys. Because every single girl that I've been with, just all the time, which is not a bad thing. Is it though, really? Because I guess something that would be attractive to me would be a girl who would want sex, but then has other stuff that they want to do as well. That's much more attractive than someone who just wants sex all the time and then they don't want to do anything else apart from that. That's the most unattractive thing ever. So the thing with sex and masturbate, so then masturbation as well, that's a whole nother topic. I can't wait to do the video. I'm going to do the video either on 90 days or 100 days. So, either the next 2 weeks, I'll be doing that video. Yeah, in the next 2 weeks. It just takes up a lot of time. And the thing with masturbation is it's by yourself. It's completely in secret. Yeah, let's hope it's by yourself. I don't think people have meetups to wank. Oh, I should have not said that word. Only because I don't want my video to be, what's the word? Sensitized. I'll have to get that out of there. What are we up to? 11 minutes. I'll have to cut that out. I don't think many people meet up to masturbate. Go on meetup.com for that. Yeah, I think that's called an orgy. It's by yourself and it just takes up time, and it takes you away from sex as well and talking to people. And again, is that really going to get you towards your goals? The other side of sex, though, masturbating just is not, but the other side of sex, though, Napoleon Hill talked about it in Think and Grow Rich, the transmutation, I think he says, of sexual desire. I don't even think that's even a sentence. I just feel like I remember him speaking about that. When you use the energy of sex, that energy used to propel you towards a fulfilling goal is the strongest energy by far. And that's why I like NoFap. That energy is being used and directed. It's the most powerful energy, sex. Intimacy, bonding, a hug. It is the most powerful stuff. It's an interesting one. Very interesting topic. But I'll leave you there with that, with the thoughts of that. Junk food, the next one, the biggest one. When I think about food, and think about this with food is energy. And think about nutrition. If I'm going to eat something, how is this going to nutritionally benefit my body? Is it got good protein in it? Has it got good carbs? I said this to my mate the other day. Every time I go shopping for food, especially something which I think is going to be protein source, the first thing I look at on any packaging is how much protein it's got in. So first thing, my first eyes will go to protein, and then it will go to calories, and then it will go to ingredients, in that order. Is that food going to be nutritionally beneficial to your body? Is it good protein source? Is it good carb source? Is it good fat source? Because that's all you really need. Those are the macronutrients, the 3 macronutrients. You can go into the micronutrients. The one that I think most people are deficient in, the one people I've observed specialists say is that a lot of people are deficient in vitamin D, and that is because we don't get outside as much, myself included. Biggest negative of the gym is that they're inside. That's why I like calisthenics. I want to get more outdoor gyms. But junk food. What is the point? Really, what is the point? Joe Rogan, I was going to call him Joe Schrogan. Joe Rogan says it so well. It's just a little bit of mouth pleasure, just for a short period of time. You eat it, you get this mouth pleasure, then it's gone. The first little bite, again, all these things that make you weak, it's the overconsumption of all of these make you weak. Because the first bite, a chocolate, it's alright, it's good. Then you want more, and then you want more, and then you want more. And you eat all of it, and you just feel sick. And then you come out in spots, which I used to. My back used to be covered in spots. I think that was a combination of stress, but definitely junk food as well. And yeah, I've quit junk food completely. Spots are just gone. Not stressed. Got no spots. It's awesome. What's the point of junk food? Really, it's not. So I think the reason why junk food is addictive is because of our primal instincts, for lack of a better word. In the past, calories are good. Calories keep you going. Calories are energy. We had periods. We can fast. We definitely can fast, as in we can go long periods of time without eating. But the more calories you eat, the more energy you got, the more chance you're going to survive. So in the past, things that are high in calories, that's really good. And sugars very high in calories. So I guess it's to do with, I'm no scientist, but I guess it's to do with that. A high calorie food's more addictive, and sugar is addictive as well. Things that are high in salt, sugar and fat, they just tend to be overconsumption. But why? Why do we not want to overeat on vegetables? I guess because they're low in calories. They are. If you were to eat all your calories, if you were to eat 2,000 calories in vegetables, this was what I really struggled with when I first turned vegan. Some days I just didn't have energy, and I know that was down just to not getting enough calories. There's not much calories in vegetables, but there's a ton of nutrients. You can never worry about filling your plate with vegetables at all. Always do that. Cool. Junk food. Last one. TV and video games. This is the one that I am struggling with so much at the minute. So I'm addicted to video games at the minute. And I say video games, I should say I am addicted to a video game at the minute, and that is Call of Duty on the mobile. First of all, I'm not too bad at it. I'm quite good at it. I used to, from the age, from forever when I was younger, always played video games, always. When I was in high school though, I actually liked it more because I would play multiplayer, play Call of Duty, see my mates, come home. It would be social. I'd play with my mates. It was a way of me interacting with my friends, and me and my mates were absolutely bossing it. Nookie especially. Nookie's always been the best at Call of Duty. And yeah, I enjoyed it in the past. When I was in my teenage years, I wasn't really anyone. I was a pretty average kid. But I like video games. I was quite good at them. I had some time away from them, played them in university, only when I was high. And yeah, when I came back from uni, just stopped playing video games completely. Again, it goes back to, is it serving a purpose? Is it getting me to where I want to be? Playing video games? No, it's not. But I am addicted to them at the minute. And I think it's because of that specific video game, Call of Duty Mobile. It is so good how they keep you on there. And maybe these are lessons that I could use within my life as well. This would be a good segue to go on to. Why is this video game so addictive? It's the rewards that they have got inside the video game. First of all, I'm quite good at it, so that's obviously a positive. We tend to want to do the things that we're good at and not do the things that we're not good at, so I'm quite good at it. I like the multiplayer because there's a weird sort of social element of it, even though I have no idea who is behind that screen, which would be quite cool actually. I guess if you had like virtual reality in the future, or if you could just see if everyone had to put a picture of them, that would be interesting. Switch the Call of Duty characters with the actual character who you are in the video game. Yeah, it's an interesting idea. Yeah, the rewards. So they've got a lot of achievements, a lot of things to unlock. When you first open Call of Duty Mobile, it's just constant, like, this is happening today, and the blah blah blah. You get daily rewards. This is a massive one. Every single day, if you log in every single day, you get a different thing. Whereas if you log in every day, you get all the rewards. But if you don't, then you miss out. And I guess it's that fear of missing out. Characters, your character skins, your weapons, your camos on your weapons, different upgrades for each of your weapons. The amount of customization in that game is just ridiculous. And after every single game you play, you get a reward. And I guess it's these little squirts of dopamine. And that is the reason why they're so addictive. Rewards. And that is what I'm trying to talk about with all of these things that make you weak. Why do we spend time doing stuff we don't really want to do? We do want to do it a little bit, but we don't want to spend all our time doing it. Why don't we do the things that we want to do? And that is because they have immediate short-term rewards, all of them. Drugs, smoke a spliff. Within minutes, pretty much straight away, you're high. Sex. There's no questions about that. Junk food as well, TV and video games. These are all immediate short-term rewards. And then the things that I want to do, as in my work, which I do want to do, trust me, I do. I've wanted to have a job that I, 1, enjoy doing, 2, helps people, 3, lives a life of freedom, and 4 is just contribution to the world. And 5, my biggest one, I want to be a strong and empowering, important, healthy, happy role model for my son to look up to. So what I've probably got to do is probably put in some rewards from doing that work. I guess as human beings, we want the easy option. I guess we definitely do. What's the least that I can do and gain the most out of it? And that's all of those things really. But you've got to have that delayed gratification. And that's actually what I'm going to even write down. So what I'm going to do within these topics, I've got this little black book. I write my ideas, just things that come to my head. And this is me trying to figure out my playbook for life. From this podcast, I am going to write a book from this. And I guess this is what I've come to. So, rewards, create rewards. For doing my work. I know what I can word that a little bit differently. Need to have rewards from doing my work as in my career. And it could be, I'll be totally honest, it could be one of those. Probably not drugs, because I don't really want to take drugs anymore. I guess probably the junk food and the video games, those two. The drugs and the sex, they're too much really for me right now. But the junk food and the video games, those two, I could actually have that as a reward. That would be interesting. But the other one, delayed gratification. What I want to do with my work is tough, but that is going to enable me to do the things that I want to do. And I encourage everyone to do this. Have a job, have have a 9 till 5 job, but then the rest of your time, spend that creating a fulfilling career. I've chosen this with personal training and this podcast. I want two things out of life: stimulate my body and to stimulate my mind. I'm going to do this by talking. I'm going to get better at this, and I'm curious of where this will go. I'm just going to keep talking to a camera, trying to get better at talking, see where it goes. Exercise programs I'm working on. So excited I've got somewhere. So excited. My main focus is the Calisthenics Mastery Program. I've got the beta of that now. If you're interested in that, get in contact with me. My details will be in the description. How to go from a complete beginner to a grand master of calisthenics and your body weight. And then the other one is muscle building. People do. There is nothing wrong if you want to go to the gym just to get into shape and build muscle. There's nothing wrong with that. But you've got to have that delayed gratification. You've got to realise that you have got to put time aside. More time than not on doing the work that is your life, your life's work. And are you spending time doing that? Cool. So how can we do those things? I think to be honest, I could probably leave that here. No, actually, we won't. So, the question you need to ask yourself, where are you focusing your attention? I am obsessed with time management. So much so that I don't even use my time wisely. I spend more time thinking about how I can use my time than actually using my time. So I guess that could be a whole nother topic. It would be time management. So the two reasons, I've got three, yeah. So time management and the perfection trap, the perfectionist, the story of my life with my programs and my work. Again, it stops me from doing it. I want the conditions to be right, the perfect time, the perfect workout. Perfection does not exist at all. And number three, where are you getting your inspiration from? Are you getting inspiration? What are you filling your mind with? Who are you spending your time with? And these three questions, these three areas, which I'm definitely going to write down as well. I'll write that down at the end. That's going to affect your life more than anything. Time management. Are you spending time taking drugs, having too much sex, masturbating too much, eating too much junk food, watching too much TV and playing video games? Which a lot of people probably are. Do you have a career that you want to do? A dream that you want to fulfill? I say, do you? Everyone has. Everyone has a dream. And are you not doing that because of thinking that you need to be perfect, or not thinking that you're good enough to do it and putting yourself down? And then number three, are you surrounded by people who inspire you to do that thing? Are you part of a club, part of a group, a community that actively wants to do that? Or are you spending time with people who just take drugs, have lots of sex, eat lots of junk food, and watch TV? Interesting questions to leave you with, and I'll leave them there. Awesome. Okay, so if you want to support me, then simply like this video, subscribe to my channel. I know everyone says it, everyone does say it, but it will help me monumentally. It's all I need. 2 clicks of the button. And follow me on Instagram. And if you want to get in the best shape of your life, then buy my workout program. Links for all of this will be in the description. Along with, if you need any help with anything, first of all, write a comment. If there's a topic that you want me to talk about, write a comment. This is sort of Q&A as well. Though I say sort of, this is going to be a Q&A. I will respond to the comments in the next episode of the podcast. And because I want to help you, this is my way of just giving back. I feel there's a certain part of you, a certain part of your life where you have to just give without any want to get back anything. You have to be selfless. You've got to be selfish most of the time, but selfless. I say selfish most of the time. As in just my career. It's helping people, but it's what I want to do. But I know it's going to help people. So I guess that's 50-50. But you actually then again, you need to be 50-50 within your career. Selfish as in what you want to do, but selfless as in it's helping people. But then you have to have a certain point of your life where just give and expect nothing in return. And this is what I'm going to do. So write down your comments or comment in the description. And then I will leave a WhatsApp number if you need to contact me, if you want to get any help. And also drop me a message on Instagram. Cool. Episode number 3. I'm going to do this a lot more. Probably do this a couple of times a week. And go from there. Cool. Peace and love to all. Thank you so much for watching, especially if you got this far. Super grateful. So, peace and love to all. Take care.